long-time listeners, you know exactly what's about to happen. Have you seen Six, the musical?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I can get my legs behind my head. I lived with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That is camp.
It wasn't wife swap. What do I do here? I can sink a bottle of white wine or I can be Celine Dion.
We're just naughty girls.
We are so naughty.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today.
Always a pleasure.
This is wonderful. Welcome to my living room.
I love it. Do you know what? I feel like we sort of match as well, which is great.
We're coordinated.
We do.
We're going for earthy tones.
Absolutely.
With the new plants, which I don't know if you can notice we haven't watered brilliantly.
Yeah,
Don't pay attention to that.
It's looking a little bit thirsty.
It is. We'll give it a little top up in a bit.
I'll spit on it.
I've definitely said that before. Thank you. This is iconic, honestly. I told my sister you were coming on the podcast and it's genuinely the most excited she's ever been.
Really? She needs to get out more.
Not at all. She's like, I feel like you have one of those like energies and personalities that I think everyone thinks you are their best friend in real life. My sister definitely thinks that you're best friend.
Well, we can be best friends. Tell your sister.
Okay, Fiona, if you're listening, which you don't pretend that you do, but you'll be listening to this one. You're now best friends. I feel like people have like really had that experience with you. And I think largely is I'm going to bring up the Big Breakfast. Mm-hmm. I think it is largely because of that, because I feel like so connected. Because I watched you like every single morning.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? I saw a clip the other day that popped up and I had no idea because I always thought I started the show in 1997, which was obviously years ago, but it said it was 96. So I actually started in 96. So I was really young when I did it. And I watched it and it was me laying on a bed in a bikini. And I just thought, you'd never get that, would you now, on like breakfast TV?
No. On
a mainstream channel. And I was, just chatting and doing an interview in a bikini.
Who was the interview with?
It was a fashion segment. So I'm guessing maybe that's why I was in a bikini. So it wasn't anyone in particular that's known, but yeah, just bizarre. It was bonkers. But I think that's the thing, because we started so young, all of us working on that show, and we've kind of been lucky enough to continue to have a career that I guess people feel like we've all grown up together.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to be grown up.
Yeah, I feel like I never get there. Like I honestly I'm like really trying to like be an adult.
But do you really want to?
Like yes and no.
Why do you want to be an adult?
Oh, we've turned the tables.
Yeah.
You're asking the questions. Why do I want to be an adult? I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I want to feel like settled and calm and like I've got everything together. But like in my brain, it's always like scrambling, trying to pretend I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think we all do that though, don't we? And even because I'm now 51 and I still feel like that. That's why I was asking you. And I've just given into it now and I thought I'm never going to grow up. I don't even want to.
There's never a point where you feel like, okay, now I've achieved adult brain.
I think sometimes when I'm on the school run, I think, oh, look at me, a mum being all grown up and sensible. But then that goes out the window because I get on a flight and I go to Ibiza and I DJ and then the wheels come off.
I mean, but that's really fierce. That's like cool mum kind of energy.
No, my teenage daughter doesn't think so. She thinks it's really cringe.
I feel all teenagers kind of feel like that about their parents.
Well, I'm hoping so, because I do feel a bit sad about it sometimes. But her friends say that I'm cool. So
that's the main thing.
Yeah, friends tick.
She's just trying to be cool by saying what's cool is not cool.
That's what I think, see?
Yeah. Because
I think really internally she does think it's quite cool.
Yeah, I definitely do. I've always wanted to learn to DJ. This is what I mean about this being just like a conversation that goes on tangents because I can't focus on one thing.
I do that a lot as well. My brain just goes off, but at least we're in it together.
Yeah, very that. With like the Big Breakfast, growing up with that, like to this day, I still remember so much about it, including the postcode of the Big Breakfast house.
Oh, God, what was it? So I know it was Lock Keeper's Cottages, Old Ford Lock. Go on.
London E32NN.
Oh, mate, you remember it?
Yeah. But you heard it like multiple times every morning. So it's like locked in my brain in this like weird like instant recall.
Shall I tell you a true story?
Please.
The actual real address is not Old Ford Lock. They changed that because it's based in Bow in East London. It's actually Bow Locks. And that's the truth.
Why did they change it?
They changed with Bolocks. We couldn't say Bolocks on TV, so they changed it to Old Ford Lock.
Oh,
But that's the actual real address.
That's so
Lockkeepers
funny.
Cottages, Bolocks.
I feel like it adds to the energy.
E3 But we couldn't do it. But that's the truth. They changed it to Old Ford Lock.
That's wild. But the energy of the show, I feel like that would have worked really well.
I know, but I guess, because everything was a little bit near the mark and suggestive, but, there it would be in writing, wouldn't it? So there you go. I was living at Bolocks.
Love that. I wish I could move there now. So you were very young when you started, but did you always have that kind of like passion for music and musical theatre as well as presenting?
Well, I wasn't meant to be a presenter. That happened by chance. I trained at Silver Young Theatre School, which I loved. And I always just wanted to do shows and musicals and sing and dance and act. And then the presenting thing happened because I just met a producer one day on a bus and he said to me, do you want to come and audition for a Saturday morning kids programme? On
a bus?
Yeah, I was on a bus. My heel broke. At this point in my life, I was obsessed with Sandy from Greece. And I'd bought a pair of wooden mules, the really high heels.
Yeah.
And I jumped on a number 73 bus and my heel broke. When I got on the bus, I was laughing and joking and chatting to people about my heel. And a producer from a company called Mentor Films was on the bus. And he said to me, have you ever thought about being a TV presenter? And I said, no, not at all. And he said, we're doing a casting on Wardour Street for a Saturday morning kids programme. We're looking for presenters. So I went in and did that. And then I ended up getting the job. And that was my first presenting job on a Saturday morning on ITV. And it was a show called Massive. It was a magazine programme within a programme called Scratchy & Co. Okay. And it was from that the producers then from The Big Breakfast spotted me and asked me to go in and do The Big Breakfast.
Wait, so you properly got discovered?
Yeah. I was literally spotted on a bus with a broken heel.
That's iconic. You got found literally just for being you.
Yeah, because they had no idea that I was theatre trained, and obviously that sort of helped with everything because we did sketches and things on The Big Breakfast. But I wasn't planning to be a presenter. I wanted to just do shows. I was like, if I'm lucky enough to get in a West End show and be in a chorus, I thought that would have been enough. For me at that time, that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky because obviously telly then allowed me to then play roles in the West End.
Yeah.
Of that play lead characters. So I'm so grateful for that shoe.
for that shoe. When they sort of like put you in that position, did you get like trained up on like this is an auto cue and how that worked?
We had nothing like that because I was sent out and about to do vox popping, which is just interviewing people on the spot. I just had to go out and do it, and there wasn't really a script. There was no auto cue. There was nothing like that. And even when I started on The Big Breakfast and I was like 23, I think, 22, 23, we had no auto cue at all. So it was 2 hours of live TV of just talking. We had like some cue cards that you just scribble down notes, but that all went out the window anyway, because when you're doing a chaotic show like that, you can't stick to a format, So we had nothing like that. It was all completely off the cuff.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I do feel like this generation, I'm talking to you, producer Poppy, I feel like all of that kind of like energy of like the 90s, like naughty shows that sort of, because you said like Vox Pops and like On the Street, and we had shows like Street Mate and stuff like that sort of like went away for a little bit, and now they're all doing it on TikTok.
They are, yeah. But it's very different on TikTok, isn't it? Because it's great and I love it and I love watching them, but it's also, it's so short. We were all having to do that for like 2 hours. And they obviously get paid a lot more. But yeah, it's funny. Telly's sort of changed, but you're right. It's come off the mainstream and it's transferred all that chaotic and pranking and all the fun, that silly stuff has gone onto social media.
We need to bring it back.
We do.
That was fun.
We did want to bring it back, and actually we did try to. And I reunited with Johnny and we came up with a really good format. And the trouble is now is that a lot of the TV companies just haven't got the funds to put a show on like that. It's expensive to do live TV.
It is.
So which is a shame really, because it didn't just launch careers of a lot of like presenters, but it was great for music as well, because we had so many bands on. When we used to do The Big Breakfast, we'd always have a live band on a Friday in the Big Breakfast garden. But you rarely get that now, do you? And it launched a lot of new careers as well.
I can only really think of like the Graham Norton show. You never see like a live performance anywhere anymore.
Yeah, and mainly on Graham Norton as well. There'll be acts that are already established, but we had like a lot of new bands that were just starting. I remember when All Saints came on, and I know the All Saints girls from school. We were friends at school, and they performed one of their first records outside someone's garage on a street in, I can't even remember where it was, in the Midlands or somewhere. And it was like, that, you know, that's how it was. It was all a bit raw, and you never see that now, do you really?
No, not at all. But we're bringing it back today.
We
Here,
are.
singing live. No, I'm not gonna. But you are releasing new music as well.
Yes, well, it's old music and new. So I've got an album that's due for release. And the reason I wanted to do it was because I've actually never recorded my voice without being a character. So I've only recorded and released music where I've been in a show. So it's been the soundtrack to a show. And I thought, I'm not getting any younger. So if I'm going to do it, now is a good time. I actually wanted to put it out last year for my 50th, but I got a bit sidetracked with all the DJing.
Busy DJing.
Yeah, I was double busy, so I couldn't do it. So I've had to save it to 51, but that's fine, 50 plus one. But yeah, so I did an autobiography a couple of years ago, and I was lucky enough that it sold really well. And the autobiography is called A Bit of Me. And then I thought, do you know what? There are actually so many songs that, with all my stories in the book, I've got a song that relates to that story.
Yeah.
To just give an example, you know, I'm a big Barbra Streisand fan, and New York State of Mind. When I was living in New York doing Chicago on Broadway, that was a song that I used to play all the time. There's a song on there that I did the cover of Gloria Estefan's Anything for You. And that was when I was at Sylvia Young Theatre School. I always remember I was totally in love with a boy at school, and I was 15, and I went to the Trocadero and used to be able to record there on a cassette tape singing a song. And I'd recorded that song for him, thinking that he'd want to go out with me if I gave it to him. He never went out with me.
Where is he now?
So I wanted to re-record that because that just really reminds me of being at school and friendships. And so that's what I picked, all songs that relate to a moment in my life. Like there's a song that reminds me of my grandmother because it was her favourite song. She used to sing to my granddad quite badly. I can say that now because she's passed. But it was a song that I loved. So I just wanted to do that really. And then the idea was to then put it into a stage show where I could then do an evening with, talk about my career, sing the songs, the soundtrack to my life basically. And then I thought I need to write an original that I put on there that just comes at the end of the album where I'm at now. And I kind of thought I'd never really dipped my toe into the water of songwriting, but I just wanted to do it because at the time I'd just gone through a bit of a breakup. I was in a bit of a lost place. And actually, I'm going to be honest, I was having therapy. And my therapist said to me, I said, I just don't know what to do with my time because I'm just overthinking. I'm an overthinker anyway. And she said, well, why don't you do something productive? And I was like, well, what? You know, like clean the cupboards? And she went, no, think about what you do, what you love. And she said, why don't you maybe think about writing a song? She said, because that's what you do. You've got music in you. So I did. I went away and I wrote this song. And then I messaged her and I said to her, I sent it to her and I said, because it was really raw then, it was just on piano. And Jamie Sellers, who I worked with, he helped me orchestrate everything. And I said to her, I've written this song, and I sent it to her. And she sent me a message back and she went, I'm in session, I can't listen now.
Professional.
But she did eventually listen to it. But yeah, so that's where the song came from. The song's called A Bit of Me. And that's that I needed to just have one song, I thought, because I wanted to just see if I could write. And I loved it. I enjoyed it.
I love that. And that's also just great advice in general.
Yeah.
That like from that perspective, like channeling that kind of like energy into something productive and creative.
Exactly,
and beautiful.
Because I had a moment of, I was like, what do I do here? I can sink a bottle of white wine and cry into a pillow, listen to Celine Dion, or I can be Celine Dion, or at least try and be Celine Dion. So anyway, that's what I did. I thought I'd go and write.
Do you have any favourites from that?
From the album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually. One of them, which I was really nervous about covering because I'm the biggest George Michael fan. Yes. And again, the story about that is because I met him on The Big Breakfast and he became a friend for a period of time. And I just love his music. And Different Corner. And I was really scared about doing it because I love George so much. And I just thought, if I do this badly, I'll be cursed. So it's that for me as a special place in my heart because I just love George.
Oh, that is gorgeous. And you said you've also created a show around
Yes, well, in the process of creating a show. So it'll be stories about my life and I'm going to show old footage and pictures, and I've got loads of old videotape, can you believe, from the Big Breakfast days.
Poppy, that's like Netflix, but just so you know. Sorry. Yeah.
And from when I was in New York. So I'm just going to, and I'll talk about my career and people I've worked with. You know, I was really lucky to work very closely with Andrew Lloyd Webber because he wrote and extended a show for me in the West End, and I lived in his house whilst he wrote the show with me. So
you lived with Andrew Lloyd Webber?
I lived with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That is camp.
It wasn't wife swap. It was for professional reasons. But yeah, so I lived there at Sidmonton, his house in the country.
Wow.
Which is Watership Down, and lived there for... What was I there for? It was a few months I was there. So that was an experience.
There must be some stories from
There
that.
are stories which I will save for the live show.
Yes.
But lovely, honestly. His family was so lovely to me. But there are things that I forget. It was when I sat down to write the book with Terry Ronald, who I've worked with quite a lot. I wrote a play with him as well. We did the book together. I just started remembering things because I said at first I was like, I'm a bit scared about writing an autobiography because I've got the worst memory. And because I just think maybe because I've done quite a few different things, things get a little bit lost, you know, and you forget things. But then I realised how much I do remember. And also the reason I remembered a lot of things is because we used to take photographs and get them printed off. You don't have them on a smartphone. Like back then we never had that. And I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of actual photographs, and that helps jog my memory for so many things.
Yeah.
And also will come in handy for the slideshow.
Of course. That's so funny that you said that you feel like you don't have a good memory, because the first thing I thought when you were telling the story about how you were discovered as a presenter, I was like, how do you remember it was the number 73 bus?
Well, because that was the only bus I ever got.
Oh, okay. It's fabulous that you've got all of these moments and these memories sort of like in this capsule form, because I never nowadays check any photos on my phone. I never look back at that, but like a photo album, like the physical ones that you put on the wall and stuff like that feels like more significant.
Yeah, but you should do. It's really important to do that. I try to do it every year. I go through all my pictures and I try to get a few printed off and have like physical photographs, because it's important. You go to people's homes now and they don't really have pictures up, do they really?
No.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but it's nice to have those memories.
Definitely.
Yeah. We'll get one
it.
today. We'll get it printed off and I'll put you in a nice frame.
Oh, I'll get it printed on a banner and put it over the door. I do have physical photos on the wall of like friends and family. And then for some reason also a giant portrait of Eminem.
Oh, do you?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. So massive Eminem fan.
I apparently at some point in my life have claimed to be, but right now I'm like, it's just a very specific thing that I've done. I don't know why. I think maybe I was trying to be quirky.
Yeah, but I love Eminem. My daughter loves Eminem.
Yeah.
It's cool. I think that's cool.
But it just feels like an oddly specific thing for me to have done.
Yeah. But you probably need to come up with a better story than that. So when people come round, they go, why have you got that?
I liked Eminem at one point and now not so much, and it's still up there basically.
You should just pretend we were like mates who used to hang out.
That is a much better story.
Yeah.
I just call him M.
Yeah.
That's me and Marshall hanging out. Do you have any like niche musical icons? Something that might be a bit unexpected?
Well, I suppose because I love dance music, so it was always a bit of a shock to people that I do really like a lot of like mushy stuff, because I love Phil Collins and Genesis.
Ooh.
So, which I think, but then is that kind of niche? I don't know if it is now.
I wouldn't have expected it.
Well, this is what I mean. People don't expect it, but I loved Phil Collins growing up. So when all my mates were listening to all like bands, I was playing Phil. Because I loved a bit of Phil. Still love a little bit of Phil.
That is, I feel like that is sort of like dad music kind of energy. So I would never have guessed that you.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different things really, isn't it? Because I suppose I'm influenced a lot by what my parents listened to, and they absolutely loved the Beatles. And I never really liked it growing up. It used to annoy me a little bit because I'd hear it playing all the time. You know, when your parents play exactly that thing of, I thought they were really uncool. But I've started to appreciate their music now. And then also I've gone back to loving all the indie music from the 90s. because I did like it then, but I think I sort of pretended to like it more than I actually did because it was cool.
Yeah.
Because I was actually more into I loved steps. So I've always loved pop music. And at that time, I dated a couple of like indie boys in music. So I sort of pretended I was really into it. But really, I'd rather have been watching steps.
But now you got back into
but
it.
now I appreciate it more. Because when you hear it, you go, actually, it's really well, like the songs are really good. The lyrics are really good.
Yeah.
The music's great. And it's that raw, there's a lot of raw talent in indie. But yeah, if I still had the choice between going to an indie concert or watching Steps, I'd watch Steps.
Oh, yeah.
All day long.
Every time. And they've got that new musical out as well.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen it yet, but...
I'm slightly obsessed with Claire Richards, and she knows I'm obsessed with her because I do think she's got one of the best voices.
Have you ever done a duet?
Well, no, they were my backing singers. They've done backing singing for me.
Wait,
not just me and Johnny Vaughan. So we released Especially For You, the Kylie and Jason cover years ago. And it was all a bit of a joke, really. And we ended up doing it for, I feel like it was like for Comic Relief or something like that. Anyway, we ended up releasing it. We got to number 2 in the charts. And while we were at Top of the Pops, about to go on, Steps had been on.
Right.
So we were like, we need backing singers. And we went, this is how it was then, can they jump on and do it with us? And they jumped on and they were our backing singers.
What, just like unrehearsed? They went on
Unrehearsed came on and did it, and then we had to put them on the record, and so they were in it.
I mean, I think we need to bring that.
How cool is that though?
That is so cool. I feel like we need to bring that energy back.
Yeah, and I remind Claire quite often as well, okay, you used to be my backing singer.
I do feel like a duet with you and Claire would be iconic.
Actually, it would be actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe
you mention it to her, not me, because I won't get a response. I'll just get tumbleweed silence.
We'll drop her a text. Simon Jones PR, if you could
we'll
sort
do
that out.
that.
Thank you. But I feel like it should be like a musical theatre moment.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we could do something from a show.
You're big on the musical theatre sort of vibes.
I mean, I do like it. I've got to be honest, people think I love shows and that I go to them all the time. I don't. I'm quite selective about the ones I like.
Ooh.
So there are quite a few that I haven't watched because I haven't got the attention span. So I don't like shows that are really long.
Okay.
So I struggle with them. But yeah, I do love musical theatre shows, but I tend to like the more modern ones, really.
Long-time listeners, you know exactly what's about to happen. Have you seen Six, the musical?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Here's my pitch. It has no interval. It is a short show. It's full like pop concert energy.
So it's perfect for me.
It's perfect.
Oh, I'd love it.
The girls on stage, queens, it's great.
Do you know, I have heard good things because my mum's been and she took my niece, my daughter's been, they've all been. But I think when they all went, they did a little family day. I wasn't around.
Okay.
So I do need to see it. But yeah, see that I would love.
I think you would,
but some shows, they lose you a bit, don't they? You know, when there's just a lot of slow scenes and and I'm a bit fidgety in a chair if I have to sit still for too long.
Me too. There's always a bit in like a musical where it's sort of like dragging a bit where you feel like you're going to check your watch. Even if you're not wearing a watch, you suddenly like look down
and you try and
wrist.
check your phone even though they say no phones and then you realise you haven't got a signal and that's even more frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any like favourite musicals that you would like to be in? Like a dream role?
There was one that I always wanted to do and I ended up doing a concert version of it at the Cadogan Hall, but it's Sweet Charity. I would have loved to have played that part, but it never happened. And there was a reason for it. I'm trying to think because they did it on Broadway and it was after I did Chicago on Broadway. They were talking about me doing it. And then I feel like the producers of Chicago were going to do it. And then another producer did a version in London. That's what happened with Tamsin Outhwaite. She did it. So we couldn't do our version. So yeah, I missed out on that one. But these things happen, don't they?
We can bring it back. Let's do a revival.
Yeah. Yeah. I can still kick my legs quite high, you know. I actually can get my legs behind my head.
Me too.
Yeah, this is tried and tested.
I can as well.
Yeah. Sometimes I do it when I'm just at home on my own just to make sure I can still do it. And I can clarify, I can actually do it.
I'm not even joking. I literally did that like 2 days ago.
Did you?
I was just sat on the sofa and I was like, can I still?
Yeah.
And I did it.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. We've got to we'll keep that little trick up for ourselves. I have like an obsession. I've never seen it, but you were in it. I have like a slight obsession with Rent Remix.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I saw the other day? I was DJing at Universe in Ibiza and I was in the little VIP toilet bit because I'd ran off the decks to go for a wee and I bumped into Luke Evans. And he was like, Denise, because we did Rent Remix together. Yeah. So that, you just reminded me. So that was nice to see him.
It was a camp show though.
Yeah, it
was.
It
was very much like, basically, if you don't know Rent Remix, it is Rent, but like they've made the song sort of like modern, put a twist on it, like a little contemporary version of it. But it was also pure camp, and I love that. Yeah, it was
so camp. But the critics didn't like it because they don't like when you tamper with something, do they? They like the original version, so they didn't really like it. But we had a lot of fun doing that. I made a lot of really good friends on that. Well, Luke, Siobhan Donaghy from Sugar Babes became one of my best mates from that. Like, we speak all the time. Like, yeah, it was a really fun thing to work on. But it was just a shame that it was sort of panned a bit by the critics.
I think they need to bring it back.
Well, I don't know if it'll ever come back after the reviews. Well, but I mean, I'll happily come round yours and perform it for you.
Please do. I think it was like ahead of its time because now, like the way that musical theatre is now, like with Six the Musical or like Hamilton and things like that, it's like more of a contemporary vibe.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it was just ahead of its time because it was still in that era where people wanted like the more classic, like legit musical theatre thing.
I nearly took out the whole cast though with illness on that one because I had laryngitis and I had to have my lesbian kiss and I spread the laryngitis throughout the cast.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't even know laryngitis was like catching.
I think, it's highly contagious.
Oh.
Well, I know that now because I took out practically the whole cast. So I kissed a girl, then she must have kissed someone else. It just went around the cast and that's how we knew who was all kissing who. Because if you got it, it was like, right, yeah. But it started with me. I'm quite proud of that.
Yours was a stage kiss.
Mine was a stage kiss.
And the rest was gossip.
And the stage kiss spilled over into behind the scenes kisses, which led to half the cast being off.
Okay, we need to trace that like a family tree and work out how it spread around. Yeah. That's camp. Okay, I'm going to start the campaign to bring back Rent Remix.
Okay.
Because like...
You're on your own with this one.
I don't think I am.
You can put me on it.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll sign it and say
fab.
Yeah. But
that's two people on the petition.
But that's it. Maybe Luke might do it.
Okay.
You know, out of sympathy for the rest of us. Now he's a Hollywood star. Siobhan's not going to do it, is she? Shiv's too busy with Sugar Babe, so you're not going to get her to sign it. Who else would do it? I don't know. I think it's just going to be me and you.
Okay. Well, why don't we'll just put it on. We'll do the show between the two of us.
Fine.
It'll be fabulous.
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
People will come. On that note, we've got a little game that we want to play. And this is a moment where I hand over to producer Poppy.
Top of the pops.
It's a little game of this or that. Producer Poppy, we've got two options.
Okay. Let's see if you get the same. Choose the same answer.
Is that the game? You just made that up, didn't you? The game is now, do you choose the same thing? Okay, fierce.
Okay, first one is Les Mis or Chicago?
Oh, this is a tough one. Well, it's for different reasons. Can I give a reason? Right, okay. So
like it's Big Brother nominations, a reason for that nomination.
Yeah, it's the reason. So I'm going to have to choose Les Mis.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to choose Les Mis is because I was in Les Mis when I was a kid and it was my first musical. And I just think the music in it, the score of it is untouchable.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is.
So it would have to be that for that reason. Just music. You can't fault it.
You've gone for the classic. I'm going Chicago because camp.
And sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a fishnet kick, you know?
Fishnet tights behind your head.
Yeah.
Next one is Rent or Rent Remix?
Oh, I've already answered
this.
Well,
I'm going to go Rent Remixed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Again, camp.
So camp.
I do like the original Rent, of course.
I do, but yeah. See, I liked Rent Remixed. I love all the music in it. It's just, it had a bit more oomph.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the sexy Siobhan's Out Tonight was like very like slinky.
Yeah, she was slinky.
Polly Pocket or Groovy Chick?
Oh, Polly Pocket.
I'm Groovy Chick.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I used to have a little Groovy Chick notebook that I used to write all of my like childhood like diary memories in it. And I found it a few years ago.
What was in there? What was the memory?
I had declared at one point that I was 11, age 11, I thought a girl called Karina was my soulmate and we'd be best friends forever.
Oh.
I don't know what Karina's doing right now, so that was a lie. Shout out to Karina.
Bye.
The Bill or Casualty?
Oh, the Bill.
Oh,
100% the Bill over Casualty.
were you?
I've done the Bill a couple of times, yeah.
How was that?
Oh, I've loved it. Yeah, I'd say the Bill only because I like the opening credits of the feet walking, the shoes, you know, the policewoman's or man's shoes. You remember that bit? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
No, that's Countdown. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Bill for sure. Casualties, I don't like watching people that are ill.
No, it's a bit dramatic.
Yeah, it's too much for me. Too much blood, too much gore.
They do both have good theme tunes, though.
They do, but you can't beat the Bill. I'm sorry.
I think I might go Casualty on the theme tune.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the Casualty theme to remind me?
It's
I've got it in my head.
Do, do,
That's it.
do. No, wait, that's
Yeah.
Holby City. Wait, that's Holby City.
Yeah, it's easy to get them confused. See, this is my point. There's only one Bill theme
Yeah,
tune.
you're right. We did get the Bill theme. Okay, I'm changing my answer. I've been persuaded.
Okay, and the last one is Clueless or Mean Girls?
Both musicals now.
Yeah. Oh, how do you choose between these two?
Difficult.
Really difficult.
I feel like Clueless is the original.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, but now I'm thinking about Heathers.
I
Wait,
know.
a third one. I loved Heathers.
I think I'm going to go Clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Clueless. I also just love all the outfits as well. Have you seen the stage show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Did
It's
you like
amazing.
it? It's really good.
The quick change that she
Yeah,
does.
amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah,
So
I'm
good.
going Clueless.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I love a beret. And without Clueless, you don't get Mean Girls.
Yeah,
I feel like,
exactly, the original.
yeah. We haven't had a Mean Girls for like, what do you call after the noughties? The 10s and 20s. So I
The
feel
now.
Like, yeah, every decade I feel like we've had like
Yeah.
Heathers, Clueless, Mean Girls, and then there hasn't been one. I am looking at
Yeah.
like Resident Gen Z, Oracle, Poppy. There just
hasn't
isn't one.
been, is there really? We need to create one.
Yeah, we've created a lot of projects today.
We have, yeah.
You've got a duet with Claire.
I've got to do
back...
I could do Rent Remix with Claire.
Perfect.
Why don't I do a song from Rent Remix with Claire?
Two birds with one stone.
I think that this could be quite a hard sell though for her. Like if I say to her, I'd like to release with you a track from Rent Remix, she's going to just say no straight away.
Claire, this is a PSA
You do
from
reach
us.
out, come on.
Please, could you do this for us because it's important? And then that's two off the to-do list done.
Yeah, we're very creative, aren't we?
We are. I feel like we've been on a journey of
have.
like self-discovery, of memory, of reflection,
Yeah.
of nostalgia.
And
of-
we haven't grown up
No.
at
That's
all.
the long and short of it is we're still in our groovy chick era. Like staying back. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you.
It has been fabulous. Now, after that like nostalgic game, there is one thing that we like to do
Yeah.
at an end of this podcast, and it is
Hit
a
me with it,
scene.
baby.
We do a scene. We haven't told you what scene.
Okay.
You will be starting reading this, so we are
Is it from
putting
the
you on
bill?
the spot. We should have done one from the bill. It is not from the bill.
Okay.
It is Take Me or Leave Me from Rent Remix.
Which is coming back, guys.
We are producing it.
Yeah, we are. So for the purpose of today's performance, I'm just letting the audience know, the role of Joanne that is normally played by Claire Richards
Yeah.
is being played by Claire's understudy today, Tia.
Okay. So am I channeling Claire Richards, Claire from Steps?
Yeah,
energy?
because otherwise you'll disappoint an audience
Okay.
who've come specifically to see Claire.
I've like blanked on Claire. Is Claire Northern? Did I
No.
just make that up?
No, she's not Northern.
Why did I think Claire was
But if you want to play her as Northern,
I
don't think she would mind.
Okay, right. I'm going to do Claire Richards, aka Claire from Steps.
From up north.
From up
So
north.
it's not the Steps Claire Richards, it's the tribute act Claire Richards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I love a tribute act.
So
On
do
that
I.
note, I love. There's one called Donna Marie who does Lady Gaga, and I'm obsessed with her. True story.
The Robbie Williams one in Spain's brilliant.
Oh really?
Yeah, he actually thinks he's Robbie. It's brilliant.
Does he give all the like?
He does all of it, yeah.
Oh, I love a tribute act. We are actually going to be forming an H and Claire tribute act after this to add to the list. So, but I'm Claire. We've established that.
And I'm actually me, so there's no understudy.
Okay, right. Dramatic reading of Take Me or Leave Me and scene. Take me for what I am,
A control freak.
who I was meant to be.
A snob, yet over-attentive.
And if you give a damn,
A lovable droll geek.
take me, baby. Or leave me.
And anal retentive.
Oh. Buy a girl a drink first.
That's it.
That's it. The straw that breaks my back.
I quit.
Unless you take me back. Women. And scene.
Rapturous applause.
There's no applause,
Applause,
from everyone.
applause,
Can we just... Thank you.
Thank you. We're on to a winner there.
That
Might
was...
need a little bit of work.
Maybe.
Not gonna lie.
Maybe Northern Claire from Steps wasn't the answer.
I don't know. I think with a little bit of work we'd get there.
Yeah, it's got legs.
Yeah.
Rope
I think we
remix.
need to work on it because the chances of the real Claire from Steps doing it, let's face it.
We're working on it. We've
Okay,
said
cool.
the campaign begins now. Claire from Steps for Rent Remixed.
Yeah.
And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. And
It's
I'm
been-
so sorry I was late and stuck in traffic. And I'm never normally late and I can only apologise. I'm
No,
sorry.
don't apologise because this is the best thing that I've ever done, according to my sister. So it
Your
was
sister
wonderful.
will understand. She'll
Yeah.
let me off.
She'll
She'll
get
forgive
it.
me.
Fiona, comment below. You don't have Instagram. Don't worry about it, actually.
When she calls you and you go, who is it? Does she go, it's me, Fiona?
No, but she should.
Yeah, she should.
That was
Shrek.
lovely.
Yeah.
You didn't even warm up.
I didn't
Just
warm up, no.
Cracking out the vocals.
If I'd warmed up, it'd been a lot louder.
Oh. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.